Hey guys, so welcome to Starlight Lady Astrology channel. So in this video we are going to talk about second marriage. This is the second part. If you have not watched the first part, you can watch it. The link is in the description. Okay, so now let's start with the second part. If you want to take personal consultation, you can contact me. So now for a second marriage, these are some points that I've written, and these are the points which I have observed in the charts in which the people got married multiple times. So first, dual signs give second marriage. Okay, so the one thing I observed was dual signs give second marriage. Okay, so all the charts that I saw, all the charts, almost all the charts, dual signs were prominent, like dual signs in the seventh house or seventh lord in the dual sign. This was more prominent in the Navamsha chart. Okay, like Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, these are in your seventh house in the Navamsha or in the birth chart, or seventh lord of D1 or D9 is in dual signs. Okay, for males, Venus in dual signs. Okay, also one very prominent thing I observed was Jupiter and Mercury's mutual aspect, and any one of these was connected to the seventh house. Okay, Jupiter and Mercury, because Jupiter has three aspects, so even the fifth and ninth aspect of Jupiter on Mercury, if Mercury is connected to seventh house. Then I also observed Dara Karka. In almost all the charts, Dara Karka was in the dual sign in the Navamsha. Okay, in one chart it was not in the dual sign, but it was at 0 degrees in the birth chart, and it was in Punarvasu, Jupiter's nakshatra, in the Navamsha chart. So yes, we can see at least it was in the nakshatra. So if you don't have Dara Karka, Venus, the Karka of marriage for female, Jupiter, or seventh lord of both D1 and D9, any of these, if you don't have in the dual signs, or you don't have dual signs in the seventh house in birth chart or the Navamsha chart, then you check nakshatra. Any of these is in the nakshatra of the dual signs, Jupiter and Mercury. Okay, any of these is in the nakshatra of Jupiter or Mercury, because these are only dual planets. Okay, then also we can say second marriage is there. So you have to check first, is second marriage promised or not. And if you have very powerful Venus, your Venus is very powerful, strong Venus, then also multiple marriage can happen, especially for males. Venus at 0 degrees, 29 degrees, like these are very delicate degrees, like sensitive parts. Anything can happen, unconventional things can happen. Okay, something which normally doesn't happen in the society, these things can happen when any of the planets concerning your seventh house are at 0 degrees or 29 degrees. Then also we can say that second marriage can happen. Okay, then debilitated planets are okay if unafflicted. See, if you have your seventh lord debilitated, Venus debilitated in D1 or D9 chart, Dara Karka debilitated, then it's okay, but they should not be afflicted, right? Afflicted by Rahu, Ketu, Mars, Saturn, Sun, or sixth lord. Okay, or 12th or 8th lord. One more thing you have to see, when you see the aspects, see the degrees. For example, your Jupiter is at 0 degrees, Mars is at 15 degrees. Okay, Jupiter is in the 11th house, Mars is in the 3rd house. This is not going to be any aspect, right? Okay, although Jupiter will have some aspect on Mars, because Jupiter is a very big planet, but still it's not going to be that much strong, because Mars is at 15 degrees. Okay, so these things you have to check. Okay, within 5 degrees is all right. Then Moon and Mercury also give second marriage. anytime they are connected to your anytime they are connected to your 7th house, they give you second marriage. Jupiter placement should be good for female. If Jupiter is not placed good in the D9 especially, then it's not going to be good for second marriage, no matter what combination you have in your chart regarding in the birth chart. Okay, but Navamsha should not be like D1. It should be better than D1, then only second marriage will survive, otherwise it will not survive. Malefic combination should not be in the D9 chart. Okay, so first you have to check you or your chart is promising second marriage or not. Unafflicted Venus, if there, okay, for both male and female, yes, very sure, and it can be a love marriage. So unafflicted Venus, debilitated, it's okay, exalted, it's okay, but should not be too much afflicted, right? In good houses, Venus is good in the first house, in the second house, in the third, fourth, fifth, seventh, then 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I've covered almost all the houses. Okay, but basically these are the houses it can give second marriage. Okay, so Venus can give second marriage if it is unafflicted, right? In 11th house, Venus will give multiple relationships, this is for sure. Okay, so you have to check the Navamsha. Dual signs are very important. If dual signs are not there in your chart, check the nakshatra. If still there is no dual sign, you will not get married the second time. Okay, there can be possibilities of marriage, affairs, right? But no, marriage will not happen because dual signs are not present. We can still take movable signs, but no fixed sign. If fixed sign are there, if 7th lord goes in the fixed signs, right? Fixed signs are Taurus. So the fixed sign are Leo, Aquarius, Taurus and Scorpio. Okay, if 7th lord is connected with this, very less possibility of second marriage is there. Dual signs should be there, otherwise very less chances. Rahu in the dual signs, Rahu in the 7th house in the D1 or the D9 can also give second marriage, right? Rahu in the 7th house, in the 7th house, dual signs, Rahu can give second marriage. Moon, Mercury, Rahu, dual signs and unafflicted Venus, all those planets give second marriage. Okay, if too much fixed signs are involved, then there is no second marriage for you, right? But still you have to check the nakshatras if you really want to get married, right? So everyone has free will. If they really want to get married, they can get married. Other thing is that if you have got divorced the first time, then you need to be with the person, the second person, and be with them for 1 year, see how they are, and then take decisions. Okay, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, then get married, right? Be with them at least for 3 years, do not hurry, right? At least for 3 years, then be with that person, then you will understand, is this person good for marriage or not? Because the mistake we do is we get married very early and we don't know how the person will be. So if you have gone through this situation, be with them at least 2-3 years and see, because original nature of the person never changes. If they will be right for you, they will love you, but if they will not be right for you, you will see that from their behavior, right? So what will happen in the future, marriage will work or not, you will automatically see that from their behavior. You just have to be intelligent. So be with them and then choose the partner wisely. Okay, then very high possibility your second marriage will work, because astrology is different thing, but when we take our decisions wisely, then things become in our favor, and universe and God will also support us. Okay, so take marriage decisions wisely. When you rush to the things, go in hurry, it's not going to help you in any case. And when you don't be with the person 2-3 years, see how they are, Are they making effort for you? What is their behavior? Then only you will be able to decide to be with them or not. Okay? If you want to take instant decisions, it's not going to be beneficial either for you or for them. Okay? So take decisions wisely. So this is a chart of a female. Both the marriages didn't work. Okay, first husband died in accident, and the second also not compatible, did not work. Okay, so Darakarka is Mars. Darakarka is not in the fixed sign. Okay, but aspected by Mercury, Venus, Saturn, right? Then her seventh lord is in the dual sign. Okay, and also malefic influence, Mars, Saturn, and this lord goes in karmic sign. Although the conjunction of sun and Ketu is weak, Ketu is very far. Moon sun aspect, moon is at 29 degrees, sun is at 5 degrees, so this aspect is also of no use. Seventh lord Venus here is very closely conjunct, same degrees, Venus and Mercury. I think Venus is at 0 degrees. Okay, and very closely conjunct, so it gives second marriage, right? Multiple relations, 8th lord, 11th lord, not a very good planet for Scorpio ascendant. Desire got fulfilled of marriage, right? So exalted Venus, it doesn't mean it will give you very good results, right? So this thing you have to check. And moon also showing multiple marriage or multiple affairs. She must have had multiple affairs for sure. Okay, and seventh house is hemmed between malefics, right? Hemmed between malefics. Only one planet is aspecting, that is moon, no other planet, right? Because Venus is at very unconventional degree and very closely conjunct with Mercury, also in dual sign duality. That's why a marriage didn't work. 8th lord, right? And marriage broke, did not work for her. Like I told you, unconventional degrees, right? And also there was very high chances of second marriage in her chart. That's why. And sun also goes in the karmic sign, malefic influence on the 7th house. Marriage did not work for her. Okay, this thing we see from here, but in the D1 chart, second marriage is highly promised. Okay, as it was promised, it happened, but it did not work because of the Navamsha chart was not supporting the second marriage. Okay, or even any marriage it was not supporting. So I hope this chart was really helpful for you to understand. So this person got married. One marriage was at the age of 18 and it was only for 4 years. And then the second marriage, very long lasting marriage, very happy in the second marriage, and a very loving women, very sacrificing nature, loves very much, very kind, very good women. Okay, so first, seventh lord is debilitated, right? And as Venus is in the dual sign, first dual relationships are being promised. This is also in the Papkartri yoga, right? And Saturn is also 6th lord, debilitated. And whenever Leo is rising, as the 7th lord also rules their 6th house, some issues of relationships they will have to face before going towards a real relationship. Okay, so Saturn people, this thing happens with them, right? And then aspected by moon, that is the 12th lord, right? First it is debilitated. Okay, and Mars is also aspecting, so there is malefic influence. For first marriage, you see a D1 only. Okay, first see D1 properly and then see D9. So second marriage is being promised because of Venus is in dual sign. Okay, Darakarka sun, right? So this is the thing. Not much afflictions, but Lord is also debilitated, and Mars is aspecting the seventh house, Papkartri Yoga, right? And then whenever Rahu is in the seventh house, in the D9, second marriages chances are very high. Tarakarka's sun is in the dual sign, Venus again in the dual sign. Although a sun is having very higher degrees than Venus, so aspect is not very strong, right? Venus is debilitated in the 12th house. Sign exchange between Venus and Mercury shows both are supporting each other, so Venus is not giving bad impact here, right? And seventh lord is very strong in the third house. Mars in the third house is a very good placement. Mars is also in friendly sign of Sagittarius in good nakshatra Purvashara. Jupiter aspect is not strong, it is the sixth lord, it's not a strong aspect. Okay, so seventh lord is in the dual sign, Venus in the dual, Tara Karka in the dual, moon in the dual, all the dual signs are occupied. Okay, so very high chances of second marriage. Why his wife was so loving and caring? Aquarius people, Leo people will get someone who is very loving, caring, and of sacrificing nature, right? This thing is one possibility for them. And as Saturn is debilitated, see, Saturn here is in Aries, which shows someone who is not basically interested in getting the worldly name and fame, because it is also with the with Jupiter. They are very closely conjunct. So someone who is not very much into name and fame. So Saturn in Aries people, they basically want to serve rather than in the mode of getting. Okay, they don't have that much desire of being in the limelight. Okay, so they don't have that much desire of being in the limelight. They want to serve, they want to do their best, they want basically to serve rather than getting something in return. So this thing can happen. And then in the Navamsha, Rahu means a very strong independent woman, and it is in the third house, who knows how to fight. It is in the Sagittarius also, you will see they are independence, freedom lover, but at the same time they will be of sacrificing nature, highly devoted. Sagittarius people, you will see, devoted to family, devoted to spouse. They don't want to cheat, and they will do everything for their partner. So whenever seventh lord goes in Sagittarius, or Sagittarius rises in the seventh, you can expect that type of spouse. However, other thing is also possible. You have to see, moon aspect is good, which is giving emotional nurturing qualities to Mars. And Venus also represents wife. Venus in Virgo basically shows someone who is ready to serve. Okay, because Virgo is a sign of serving, Virgo is a sign of taking care, right? Virgo is a sign of service, right? So that's why spouse left everything for children and very happy. Although she will be very dominating person because of Rahu, too much into herself. Anger issues also she can have because in Sagittarius, but at the same time very wise, matured, and of sacrificing nature. Okay, but because Saturn is in Aries, so little bit she can be judgmental, can be little bit lazy. Okay, so these qualities she can have, but at the same time good nature. Okay, you can understand there are no malefic influence on the seventh house. Jupiter aspect is on the seventh house, which is basically protecting aspect. Although the sixth house aspect is there, but it did not break the marriage. Okay, so you see this chart, it will be very helpful. We do not find much malefic influence here. Seventh lord is well placed. So one thing you will see, that whenever seventh lord is well placed, see, this is the seventh house, the house of marriage. Okay, the lord, who is the lord, who is the owner of this house? Mars. Okay, Mars is the owner. Mars duty is to protect this house, right? Will you ever want to defeat your own house or do something wrong to your own family members? No. Mars duty is to protect this house. Mars is strong. Okay, Mars is strong here in the third house. It has gained strength, it is happy here, it has full ability. And Jupiter is the sixth lord. Okay, aspecting this, although it's at 0 degrees, not very strong, but still there is aspect. So Mars says to Jupiter that I am in your house, I am strong. Okay, and if you do any harm to my house, I am going to do harm to your house as well. Okay, so why Jupiter will do harm to Mars house when Mars is in its friend's house? Also, one thing I noticed is that Jupiter and Mars are friends, and one friend will not do harm to other friend. Okay, other friend's house. Jupiter will say, okay, although I am ruling 6th house because of this chart, this is my duty, but still you are my friend. Okay, so one divorce I have to give you, one relationship failure I have to give you, because some karmas I have to clear, but as you are my friend, I cannot do much harm to your house, so I will give you a very happy, fulfilling, long lasting second marriage. Okay, so this way there is a commitment or a deal between Mars and Jupiter. So this way you have to understand, guys. See, all the dual signs are occupied, and by this way we are able to understand. And Rahu here alone cannot do anything. Okay, Rahu here, but still this person was very sexual and involved in sexual scandals and all those things. Involved false allegations, and all those things were on him. Okay, so these things happened. Now see another chart. So this is the chart of Nat King Cole. So let's see this chart. Sun is Darakarka. First see Darakarka. Darakarka is not occupied in the dual sign, but still it is in the movable sign. It is aspected by Mercury, which is the dual planet, which is showing duality, and both marriage did not survive. Right here, what's the case? First, let's see the D1 chart. He has some karmic. Although the wives will be very good, but still there is karma, because it's in the Virgo, which is the 6th prarabdha karma. Okay, Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, all are aspecting so many planets, Mars, Sun. So it is afflicted basically, right? There is affliction. Then Ketu also aspecting, then Saturn also aspecting Ketu. 1 2 3 4 malefics. Only 2 benefic aspects are there, right? And Venus and Mercury also, they are enemies of Moon. Okay, so when enemies will see, surely he is not going to feel happy, right? So this is the chart. So both marriages didn't last. Okay, but see, Venus for male is in Pisces, 29-28 degrees it is. Okay, unconventional degrees. And then 7th lord is also in dual sign. Darakarka is in dual sign. Jupiter in dual sign. Only one dual sign is not occupied. Fixed sign is rising in the Navamsha chart. Okay, so fixed, showing fixed marriages, like karma is fixed. Same thing will repeat no matter how many times you get married. Okay, same thing is going to get repeated, right? And then this is also not in the dual sign, but Jupiter, which is the 11th lord and the 2nd lord, which supports marriage, fulfillment of desire. Okay, although neutral for Aquarius is aspecting, okay, full aspect, protection aspect, right? But still Lord is weak and showing duality, so it broke the first marriage. Why second marriage broke? See, Rahu Ketu, whenever in the 4th 10th axis, they are not good for married life, right? Now here, 7th lord has become weak, although aspected by friend, but still it is weak, and Venus is at unconventional degrees. Unconventional thing has to happen in his life, although the marriages were very long lasting, okay, very long lasting marriages, right? But still the things didn't work out and it broke, okay. Because basically they are celebrities, so for celebrities the case is very different. But Venus is at unconventional degrees and 7th lord is in the 6th house, which is just showing breakage, so that's why. But although it shows 7th lord in the 6th, shows same career for both partners, right? So this is the thing. I hope it was helpful, the charts which I have shown you, and thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.